In the 1890s, Menzies was in the midst of a gold rush, a vibrant town that included 13 hotels, 3 banks, its own breweries and school for 200 pupils, and a post office with a staff of 25. This area was booming after being discovered by American adventurer Robert Menzies and his mates. We're 730 k's east of Perth, and yes, this place was absolutely bursting at the seams during the years of the gold rush. But due to a decline in gold reserves in the First World War, which just about cleaned this place out, by 1910, less than 1,000 residents remained. Menzies, though, is one of the few towns in the region that has survived those early times. Today, population around about 200. But wherever you look, there's a lasting memory of the area's rich history. As the gold rush came to an end, most of the town's grand old buildings were relocated over time. But as you make your way down Shenton Street, there are still some that remain. You can easily explore the town on foot with the local community's Our Place project, giving the town an opportunity to promote its strong heritage, building on the growing tourism activity in the northern Goldfields. The historical sites give visitors a real feel for what the town was once like, with interpretive panels telling the stories of former residents. Nowadays, the mining, pastoral and tourism industries keep Menzies ticking over, and the town well and truly comes to life on the long weekend of June with the Shire Classic coming to town, making its way from Kalgoorlie Boulder to Menzies and then on to Leonora. October, and it's rodeo time, with people travelling from all over the goldfields and further afield for the annual Menzies Rodeo and Ute Muster. We're heading about 50 k's out of Menzies to Lake Ballard, which was in the wake of severe tropical cyclone Bobby back in 1995, dumping over 400 millimetres of rain into the interconnecting lake systems in the area in a very short period of time. Bobby's destruction was televised internationally. But today, Lake Ballard is on the map for another reason. This is Australia's largest outdoor art gallery, 51 sculptures created to represent the locals of Menzies. The exhibition, Inside Australia, was created by internationally renowned artist Anthony Gormley and was commissioned to mark the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Perth International Arts Festival in 2003. These sculptures were initially made from laser scans of the inhabitants of Menzies and are scattered right across 10 kilometres of Lake Ballard. This incredible display of culture was mapped via 500,000 digital coordinates to create a three-dimensional effect of the materials found in Archean rock throughout Western Australia. This place is just amazing. Gormley's vision reveals abstract shapes formed by the passage of a person's life, with the ongoing exhibition visited by thousands of people every year who travel from all over the world to experience one of the Outback's greatest cultural treasures. North of Menzies is the living ghost town of Kukaini. With only 20 locals nowadays, the town had 3,500 people living here in the early 1900s. As you walk through the old town site, you'll find remains of mining equipment and cars, with some of Kukaini's old public buildings still standing. Kukaini is believed to come from an Aboriginal word meaning waterhole or spring, and the nearby Niagara Dam gives some real meaning to that name. This outback oasis is now a popular spot for camping, walk trails and picnics, with a massive concrete wall built in 1897 to provide water to the town and for the steam engines working the line remaining intact today. Little now remains of Kukaini, but the Grand Hotel, built in 1902, is still trading well over a century later. Kevin and Margaret Pusey have been running one of Australia's most iconic outback pubs since 2000, and it's loved by visitors and locals alike. And one of those locals is one of the four-legged variety. Actually, a horse. There's 125,000 square kilometres that make up the Shire of Menzies. That's an awful lot of country. They have so many beautiful landscapes, some great characters, and there's so much history all over the place. Menzies and everywhere around here should be on your list if you're heading to WA's Goldfields.